Hi, I wanted to do a video on why I ferment foods. Basically, years ago, I learnt about fermenting foods through Nourishing Traditions on the Western Price Foundation website. And this is the book that Sally Follen actually created, and that's got all about recipes on traditional foods like fermenting and stuff. But back years ago I tried fermenting, and I was just doing it the wild way, which is just using salt and water. But I reacted to that because of the histamine, you see. So I thought, oh, there goes that. I can't have fermented foods. And then I've just come across last year Cultured Wellness, and they actually have their Cultured Wellness coconut water, kefir, and their yogurt and so forth. They have specifically picked cultures, strains of cultures that are specific for people with histamine intolerances and autoimmune conditions and so forth. So I gave it a go, but I was still having issues a year ago. So this year I found out about neuroplasticity, which is brain retraining, and I found out that a lot of food sensitivities and tolerances are caused by limbic system impairment as well as missing digestive enzymes. So together with that, I paired it up, and I've been able to do that with the digestive enzymes and the coconut water kefir and the brain retraining. See, the good thing about fermenting food is it takes away the toxins and anti-nutrients, making it better for the digestion to absorb the nutrients, because plants protect themselves, from bugs and all that sort of stuff. So of course they're going to have anti-nutrients and toxins in them to make it harder for us to digest. So by fermenting the foods, it makes it easier to digest the food. So I came across Cultured Wellness, and they made their cultures with specific cultures, hand-picked cultures to help with autoimmune conditions, histamine and so forth. So I knew that this wasn't a wild one, because with the wild ferments you could get any strains and you wouldn't know because it's wild. As with using the Cultured Wellness kefir, you'd actually know specifically what ferments you've actually got. So this year, what with brain retraining through Reorigin using neuroplasticity and the Cultured Wellness kefir, plus the Healthy Gut Holozyme, this actually is a broad spectrum digestive enzyme, and it also has a enzyme that helps with salicylates as well as histamine. So between the brain retraining, the Cultured Wellness and the Holozyme, I've been successful in being able to introduce fermented foods into my diet, and I'm so healthy. And what I've been posting videos of what I've been able to successfully get into my system. So I'm very excited and grateful for that. The great thing about fermented foods is it's a probiotic food which gives good gut microbiome, because basically a year ago I did a gut microbiome test with Cultured Wellness, and I actually had no healthy gut microbiome. It was all bad. It was really bad. And plus 6 of the strains in there was different strains of strep. So yeah, not good. So I knew that I needed to get my gut microbiome healthy and strong. So I'm really excited that I'm able to do this. So I highly recommend the Healthy Gut Holozyme, and they're a good place to go to get information on healing the gut as well. They've also got another supplement called tributyrate X, which I actually want to get soon too, and include that in, because that's got the butyrate, which helps also with the gut and healing it. Now basically with food sensitivities and tolerances, that's basically a result of limbic system impairment, so that's where the neuroplasticity comes into, plus missing digestive enzymes, so that's where this broad spectrum digestive enzyme comes into. And Stephen Wright, the founder of that, he knows his stuff on the gut through all his research he's been doing over the years. Now, good thing with probiotic foods is you don't actually need a lot on your plate. You only need basically 1 or 2 tablespoons of the fermented foods on the plate, and that's ample you need at each meal. And plus I also drink the coconut water kefir before my meal too, so that I basically have that with my meal, and it helps me to digest my food a lot better too. I know there are people out there that will have bowlfuls of the fermented foods like sauerkraut and stuff, but really that's kind of overkill. Less is more. You only need, like I said, 1 to 2 tablespoons of fermented food, and it can be a variety of fermented foods like what I'm posting in this channel too. So yeah, it's really good. And another good example, if you check my playlist out, I've got a video under the fermented section from Dr. Sean O'Mara, and he recently posted about a recent study done where they did a study on testing a bunch of individuals. They split them into half, and one half they just ate the veggies and fruit as is, while the other half they gave them fermented foods, and they checked their microbiome afterwards. The ones that didn't have the fermented foods, their microbiome didn't change at all, so it made no difference to their microbiome. But the ones that did have the fermented foods, their microbiome really improved a lot. So that's another good reason to have fermented foods. And I think that's also another reason why so many people can have a little bit of trouble with the fruit and veggies, is because it needs to be fermented to make it easier on the gut, and it helps with the gut microbiome and helps with the digestive system. So highly recommend fermenting your foods to get a good healthy gut microbiome. So yeah, that's basically why I'm specifically going for Cultured Wellness coconut water kefir to ferment my foods, because it's just better on my system and I'm tolerating it better. So thank you. Something I forgot to add about the Cultured Wellness coconut water kefir is that they actually do other cultures as well, like the coconut yogurt, and they've also got some like apple juice and orange juice in the kefir too. So check out their website and for more information on their other supplies that they stock. And also with your fermented foods, both the brine and the food is the probiotic, so you can actually also have the brine too as well as the food when you're having your fermented foods, so it's all good. So enjoy your fermented foods.